talk. I gotta tell what I feel. I gotta talk about my life as I got to talk. I gotta tell what I feel. I gotta talk about my life as I see it.
I'm the illest alive. Watch me prove it. I snatch your crown with your head still attached to it.
Come on, man. This is God-given. Only thing I got to do is just show up.
The nerve, the audacity.
Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for
Prophecies with the Prophet.
What is we talking about?
You want to be good or great, and then make me remember I'm trying to be great. You hear me? Great.
What's up, people? Welcome back to the Prophecies. Without vision, there is no understanding, and without understanding, there is no vision. Shout out to everybody that tuned into last week's episode entitled Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. We have a huge show for y'all tonight. Miss T is going to be primarily hosting. This is going to be our co-parenting episode. So make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, like and share the video, and let me bring in these lovely people. Okay, Miss Co-host, are you ready? Are you ready, Miss Co? Are you ready, Miss Co-host?
Sure.
Okay. Nina's here. Skinny is here. As we wait on Baby Hairs and CC to pull up. Instead of an icebreaker, I think this would be a fine time for you to finally ask Skinny your question to you.
What was my question? I forgot. Oh. Okay, I remember. Skinny, why do men not leave relationships even when they're unhappy? Because from taking a poll and doing a little research and from my own experiences and stuff and the people around me, niggas don't be leaving and they'd rather cheat instead of just leaving. So why don't people leave? Because he said it's because we love y'all. That's it. That's what he said. So I want to hear your opinion.
It's different dynamics to it. It depends on the situation. All right. So T is right. It could be that it just happened, right? Unless they are like habitual cheaters, then that'll be a difference. But I don't know. It could be the kid. The kids could be a factor that they don't want to leave. They probably be in a relationship and they be with the baby mom, and the family is more important than just the slide. But I don't. That's all I can say.
All right.
So you agree that? Okay. My other question. I'm sorry. My other question is: Do you agree that women leave way more than men do?
They leave and come back. I mean, initially, in most situations, yes, women will say, "I'm done with this," but that's that emotion at that moment, right?
Right.
All right.
Tia, I tried to tell you. I mean, you just don't want to accept the answer.
you just with one person. So
right, but that's
your word and be like
that's the answer. That's the answer. And this is what I'll say. Because you keep on saying rather cheat than leave. It's not a rather kind of thing. It's not rather. So it's like men will do it because of either two things, either because of greed or because of lack of something. So it's only those two things, and that means when I say, yeah, he loves you, so that's why he's not leaving. Because I don't want to leave you. I just might want to go do something real quick. like,
that's absolutely true.
Right. It's not a rather thing. It's like shit happens. It's a thing.
So when men get caught, we feel extra stupid.
Right.
Because you might not think, women might say, if you love me, you wouldn't have did that. Like that's completely not true. Like
Facts. Has nothing
you
to do with
can.
that.
It has nothing to do with that.
Facts.
But I miss y'all, and I do apologize for my absence.
Not I miss y'all.
We
No,
did miss you though.
listen. So I apologize. I just want to say I apologize.
Right.
I found out I was pregnant last week,
I can't.
and it just
Man.
I
I'm
can't.
no. I just had some stuff going on. But I do apologize sincerely.
You good. Nita, I do have a question, but I want to wait for because it's a part with you and Cece. So I'll try to wait for Cece to come on.
Okay.
But Tia did say something crazy before we get into tonight's topic. Last week, Tia said, I want somebody who's an abuser to say why they're an abuser.
How is that crazy?
That's not crazy.
I'm like, what did I say? That is
Look,
crazy.
it's crazy because most abusers, first, not going to admit that they're abusers. And secondly, more likely than not, they don't know why, or they're not going to just tell why they're an abuser. So that's the answer. But the little big homie be looking out for me, so he did give me this video to play for you to explain why an abuser might be doing what he's doing. And this shit is crazy, and this is a disclaimer.
What kind of abuser are we talking about, though? Like pow,
All
or
kinds.
like mental?
All kinds, physical, verbal, all of it. But
okay.
here it is here, and don't shoot the messenger.
I'm just making the point that ain't no nigga got the control we think we got if you can't put your hands on. That's the great equalizer.
You're not her father.
Because in the sense of kids, when they do something that's out of my control,
You don't have sex with your kids, though. You don't have sex with your kids, so don't compare.
Don't have sex with my kids. But I do
We're
everything.
talking about an adult woman that you're probably sleeping with.
Listen, y'all are adult by name, okay?
But she's not your child.
If a nigga having to take care of you, pay your bills. The only thing
somebody already raised her though.
He raised the wrong. This is called corrective training. What I told y'all this is corrective training. You was raised.
You have to do that. You have no control. You have no control.
Why do y'all think treating y'all well is the right way to get y'all to act right when it's not? Y'all motherfuckers need discipline.
But the point still remains: you can control people by violence. Just it is what it is.
How you think they control the slaves for 400 years? The lack of DV got women to where they are at now.
True.
Let's be honest. When there was DV going on, this shit wasn't happening.
Feminists pushed the agenda because men were being abusive, and this is where we are now.
Shit, we couldn't push shit with the door behind me when I left the house. If I beat your ass before you went down to the courthouse, you could never find paper. Slavery worked for 400 years. Niggas, the field was right there. It was wide open space right there. Nigga wouldn't budge. Nigga won't cross that gun line, boss.
All right, Tia.
Oh my God.
Put him under the jail.
You wanted the answer, Tia.
I'm under the jail.
Don't blame the messenger.
He gotta go.
God.
That's real. That's how he feel. I'd have whooped his ass though. Man, listen. Okay, 5 foot nothing would have been on that ass. I don't care. Man. Anyway, and I'm not even violent. Anyway,
what's up to you?
I mean, that's he crazy. He starts talking about slave, but the crazy.
No, actually, hold on, Tia. Actually, Jennifer, he's very married, and he does employ these practices with his wife as well. Sure. So I'm just saying. Go ahead, Skinny.
All right. He's definitely wrong. DV is definitely bad, right? But I think the point he's making is, right? Let's take children.
Look at Nina in the face.
No, you gonna feel this one, Nina. You are. Let's take children for instance. when they start bringing the court system and stuff into the parents' homes and delegating how the parents' homes and we had to stop disciplining our kids like we got disciplined as young. These kids are fucking crazy now. From not having that fear of their parent or that discipline that they'll receive. You understand what I'm saying? So, Nina, I don't like the way you looking.
Skinny, go ahead.
Turn your head straight. Turn your head straight. Cause you like
Skinny, go ahead.
No, but do you see the point I'm making though? Like with the kids and how we discipline the kids and how the kids are different now.
No, see that, but they don't understand it. Skinny, they don't understand.
No. Like you understand that back in the day, right? When we was growing up, right? We had a certain type of discipline.
We got our
ass whipped. You know what I'm saying? You came in, but it was like that. From my mom used to whip boys. That shit never happened to you? You never got disciplined like that?
No comment. No comment.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so this because listen, this is where I'm coming from. Fuck Buddy. Okay, he need to go. Like he need to go to jail. He needs therapy. He needs psychotherapy. He needs to go to jail. He needs an institute immediately. Yeah. Right?
Absolutely.
He don't need to be talking to the public whatsoever. And I've talked about like what you're talking about when it comes down to physical discipline. Absolutely not. Don't touch nobody. There is no need to be touching nobody. As far as like men to men. When it comes to like physical contact, men to men, I think I'm all down for like y'all go ahead and get your aggression out because I understand a heightened testosterone, right? Because I would rather y'all do that than pull the guns out. That's the only kind of physical contact that I'm in agreement with. When it comes down to physical discipline as far as children, because I feel like our culture, Black culture, is still stuck in the slavery mentality that doesn't even belong to us. And I do understand even that probably had came from our motherlands and blah, blah, blah with the slave, da, 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 da. Where are we going to cut the cords at? So no, I don't agree to it at all. Now,
no, we're not asking you to agree. We're just asking, did you understand?
No, I'm telling you, I don't understand.
Okay.
Because I don't agree to it. I don't understand because I don't agree to it. Do I see where y'all coming from and where y'all getting some of your ideology?
Because
I see where y'all coming from. I see where the dynamics coming from, but I don't understand because I don't agree to it. Right? I see y'all.
I just want to say I don't agree with nothing he said. Like I'm not in the physical. I said that before I started.
Right.
So
I missed that. That's my apologies. I missed that. That's my apologies because once he started talking idiotic, I zoned out. I'm like, yeah, that's not for me.
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean? So I apologize, Skinny, because I missed that beginning part.
Oh yeah, I was just playing devil's advocate and saying I think what he meant is like how this is, but I want you to.
Yeah, like nah. I'm beating them kids. Now, as far as like the kids going racket, I feel like we could do some both. And then put our hands on them. Now, everybody's personality is different.
I don't know about that one.
I'm gonna be honest.
My thing is, when it comes down to disciplining kids, you ain't gotta beat the shit out your kids.
Exactly.
No, nobody's saying abuse them,
and that's the only difference that I be like. Because first of all, I do agree with kind of with. Sorry, I picked up the baby, so I missed a little bit. But so I do agree with as far as like how people be trying to get too involved in like how you discipline your kids, unless it's too crazy. I get that, but I can pop my damn son on his hand if he doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, mind your damn business. Like, he need to learn that shit is hot. I'm gonna pop his goddamn man. I'm not gonna punch the shit out of him across the damn room. But okay, you need to mind your business to a certain extent. So I do agree with that. But you don't have to be. I remember my mom probably popping me one time, and that was like to potty train me. But that was like literally a pop. My mom didn't like beat the shit out. Like that's crazy. That's just out of pocket.
Where you from?
Still fair. You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
West Philly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was bad. I got beat.
Yeah. I got beat.
Facts. I was bad. I got beat.
But my mom was a single parent, and
facts,
and she had to. It was all about fear, though. And
Right,
this is
that's crazy.
yeah, but fear, right? Fear is okay. You can be fear to love, right? People take advantage of love all the time, but when you fear somebody, you're scared of those repercussions.
Right.
You understand? You know what I'm saying? So that's why people use fear as a tool. So I mean, it worked for me.
All right.
The niggas. Sorry. Yes.
No, you good, Skinny. All right. We do have another male that's going to join us tonight. I'm going to bring him in 1 second. Let me answer this question for Jennifer. Jennifer, the story with him and his wife is she falls in line because he pays for everything. So this is just one of those situations where they say, protect, provide, all that other shit. And since he pays for everything, she just listens to whatever the fuck he tells her to do.
Nah, he's still a sucker.
Yeah. I'm just telling her what the story is. So that's what the story is with him and his wife. Tia, could you tell the people how we got here on this topic and what is it all about? Take your mute off, Tia.
Mute. It's on
my
mute.
bad, y'all. The steering wheel was covering it. My bad. So we got here because we were talking about something last week. Oh, Venus and Mars, men and women are different, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I'm curious to hear I want to hear from an abuser.
Right.
I ain't mean it like put somebody on the show. I just was like, I'm just really curious to have because it's one thing when like how we just watched this video, but I've never been able to sit down and have a conversation with an abuser to hear their mindset and answers to certain questions.
That was his mindset.
That's how we got here. Huh?
That was his mindset.
No, I know. I'm talking about like speaking directly, like how we're having a dialogue and how we're having a conversation. I want to be able to do that. I mean, it probably will go left now that I think about it, but whatever.
Right.
Nina gonna look at him like
you right now. I'm like, what?
All right, so tonight's topic is co-parenting. Let me bring in this special guest. All right, so this is a member of the Slaughter Gang, I believe. Alan, what's up?
How you folks doing? How's everybody doing?
This is CC. This is CC's people. So welcome to the show. Tia, when you're ready, we could go into the first question.
Okay. All right, y'all. So we're talking about co-parenting tonight. Y'all know how we do. We might go a little left, but it is what it is. So the first question I have for you guys is, what does healthy co-parenting look like to y'all? Because even though I feel like we have an idea of what healthy co-parenting looks like, everybody's co-parenting situation is different if you do have kids. And whatever you feel like is healthy for y'all, that's just what it is. So I'm curious as to know what that looks like for y'all.
All right. Anybody want to go?
I'll go. I think I got more kids than everybody.
How many kids you got, Skinny? Damn.
I got 5. I got 5. So I got 5 and 4 baby moms. And the good relationships are 90% of them, and I have it's not even a bad relationship, but it's one of those relationships where the parent used the kid as a tool to manipulate the situation. But good co-parenting is basically being regular. If y'all can coexist, high and by, that's good co-parenting. Bad co-parenting is when either parent bad mouths the other parent to change the perception of the kid's mind. That's speaking from experience. So good co-parenting, you just have to coexist and be cordial.
All right. Anybody else want to go?
I'll
go.
Oh, go ahead, Alan.
You can go. You can go ahead. Okay. So I've done it. I've done the co-parenting. So here's healthy co-parenting to me. God first. He's got to be in there. Okay. People might not agree, but that's why there's disagreement. you got to have respect for the other party. So the things that you split up, the reason why you guys split up for it could be growth, lack of. That person wasn't a A-hole, a B, a MF, all those names that we've all have called each other somewhere in life. They weren't that when the two people were making the kid. So why are they that now? You have to have that respect. If you can't respect yourself, you will never, ever respect anybody else. If you lie to yourself, you will always lie to somebody else. So you have to have that personal respect. Then you have to come together on one accord agreement, because everybody's not going to agree. You have to have a mutual ground. But it all starts with respect. You have to respect that person, because when you were making those children, that child, that person wasn't those words that I was saying, a MF, a B, they weren't all that. So why are they that now?
All right. Go ahead, Nina.
I totally agree with Alan. So I have 4 children, but just one dad with them for them. Like with co-parenting, like looks from like my situation. It's funny because I was literally talking about this earlier, but it's very awkward. I want to say it's more of like a business situation, and it's very invisible. I don't think that it's, if I'm being realistic, I don't think that is healthy for the children, because we are unable to talk. The only time we're able to talk is through text messaging. Because Alan is right. A lot of people like to like point and be like, oh, baby mom bitter, but they don't really see or hear a lot of stories about bitter baby fathers, right? And with me being like kind of seeing the unhealthy version of co-parenting, because I see what doesn't work, I'm also able to see what can work. So because we don't have healthy dialogue and communication, like it's not like vicious, or you know what I mean? Like we don't do, like how he was saying, like we don't call each other out our names or anything like that. Like, you know, it's not bickering or yelling. It used to be. It used to be wild. Like we never called each other out our names, but it used to be like a lot of argument. Like one of the reasons why I left, because he had a hard time controlling his emotions, right? So how do I say this? So because I was able to see like what didn't work, I know like communication is key, not just like the verbal communication, but like the comprehension level. And then just like Alan was saying, the respect thing, like, you know, this is your children's mother, this is your children's father, making sure that we don't badmouth each other when we are around the children, because whether you think the kids can feel the energy or not, they can. There's nothing idiotic about these children, right? Because our primary focus is the children. So making sure that we are aware of ourselves, because we're the adults now, we're not the children. So making sure that we are aware of ourselves, taking care of ourselves, not only our physical health, but our mental health. So that way, if we're okay, they're okay. And then making sure that we're more than cordial to with each other. So that way, we are able to like mentally focus on the children, because the bond is past 18 years. It's not just getting up to the 18 years. It's beyond the 18 years. You know what I mean? Because we are someone's mother and father the same way that we have our own mother and father. So we have to make sure that we're able to see the respect beyond our own. It's not about us. It's about the life that we brought into the world. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that, like, you know, speaks on like that healthy co-parenting thing, like kind of seeing it behind ourselves.
Okay. I don't know if I actually know what it looks like for me personally. I don't think I've ever had healthy co-parenting. I was a product of just give me the kid. So what that means is like with my daughter when she was a baby, I didn't really do like the back and forth co-parenting thing. It was just like she gave me the kid and I just took care of the kid. But what I will say as far as co-parenting, you have to be like both parties have to take their emotions out of it, all of those things. You have to separate that. You have to put the kid first. You have to not be petty and all those behaviors. Like my situation was like we both were young. So when you young, and this is a thing where this is why I was like hesitant to have kids anyway, because it's never the babies or the kids. It's always the drama between the parents. So if you could take your emotions out of those things and the bickering back and forth shit, that's what I think you can get to compromises and healthy co-parenting. But go ahead, Tia.
So I'm curious, y'all. So I know we have seen so many more like negative situations. Why do y'all think that parents aren't able to put the kids first? I know we keep talking about it and we have mentioned it before, like, okay, that is the right way to do it. But why is it that most of the time people don't put the kids first?
It's because somebody's emotional and bitter.
That's the perfect answer.
Right. Yeah. Somebody on one side or the other is emotional and bitter.
Yeah, and then even when bringing the kids into, like, here we go. I gotta. This is my first time kind of like saying it out publicly, right? But like my experience personally, and then even after this, I honestly saw it like through the world because I was naive as a motherfucker when I was a kid, right? But when the kids are being brought into the world, I was 18 when I had my first baby. And we get trapped with kids, right? Not everybody has a love child. Right. You know what I mean?
Most people don't.
Huh?
I said most people don't.
Yeah, not everyone have a love child. And then like, even though, okay, pregnancy, and then you get options like, maybe abortion or whatever. And then even though those options are out there, maybe you don't want to explore those options because of like religious beliefs or conditioning and or whatever, the nigga's telling you in your ear. I got you for, like, you know what I mean? Like you're a kid. Like in my case, I'm a kid. Like I may think I know the world, but again, I didn't have the proper guidance as far as like parenting and all that other stuff to know, hey, that's not it. So even though the kid was a product of certain circumstances, it was never about the child. It was always about putting me in a position to where as though that person wanted me to stay in for selfish reasons. You know what I mean? So it was never about the child at all to start with. And it's a lot of people who have similar stories. It may not have been that playbook, but that story is extremely familiar.
Yeah, I agree. But
Nina, I have a question.
Go ahead,
I'm sorry, y'all. I have a question because I thought about this before with somebody. This question. I don't want to be in your business, and I don't want you to get offended when I ask you this. Did you ever think about, okay, and men don't get offended either. So a lot of men don't really pay attention to us going to the doctors, right?
Right.
Did you ever think about like getting on birth control or because I know we talked about this before, and I don't quote me, but I think this is what we talked about. Like it was like a trap situation, like you said, like getting you pregnant, or with another person would get you pregnant, and that's the way that they keep you. So do some women think about like, all right, well, he not gonna keep getting me knocked up. He ain't paying attention to me going to the doctor. I'm gonna just get on birth control, and he ain't gonna know. Did y'all ever think of that?
No. So remember we had the young lady on, I forget her name. and we was talking about reproductives and our menstrual and stuff like that. So I've always had reproductive issues, and I've tried birth control after birth control never worked for me. I've always had, because I had endometriosis and fibroids and other conditions and stuff like that. So I've always had a reaction to birth control. I just couldn't get on it.
Couldn't even do it.
Tia, I would ask, or I would say that I think more women should do that. What you're saying for them to do.
And I've even asked him. Yeah, but I've asked him at one time because we knew that I couldn't get on. Like once we found out about like my issues, I've asked him, "Hey, can you get?" Because again, I'm thinking we in it for a long run. I said, "Hey, can you get snipped? Because I don't want to keep getting." He like, "Nah."
No, I mean like even in the instance of she's saying for like you to go behind his back and get your tubes tied then.
So remember when I was like trying to get my tubes tied because I had the wrong surgery. They treated me as if I want to get my tubes because they was like I didn't have enough children, and because remember the young lady explained, I was like, oh, I didn't know about that. I didn't have enough children, and I was too young at that time. They wouldn't do it for me. But I didn't know, and they did. But they also remember she was like, "Oh, it was an insurance thing," but I didn't know that back then. Again,
and
proper guidance
back then,
and information,
and information.
And back in the day, you used to have to get. I know back way, you used to have to get your husband's approval.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's why I asked him to get snipped, and he was against it because all my options were cut out.
Right.
So I was like, "Hey, can you do this?" And he's like, "Nah."
Yeah, I would. Go ahead. You could go.
Most men are not thinking about getting snipped, to be honest.
Right.
Most men aren't thinking long term like a woman. What you just said, young lady, you were thinking long term, and you asked him, "Hey, what about you getting snipped?" To be honest, most men aren't in it for the long haul because he didn't want to get snipped because he wants to have more children and you are at risk. So he's thinking, I'm not staying in this long term anyway. And I'm just being honest with you.
Right.
He'd rather for you to do it.
Right.
Because it's a sense of control.
Yep.
Right.
He wants to control you. If you can control your mind's going to control your body. So now you're going to go through all this stuff as a female. Mood swings. Before you even have to. You might go through it in your early 20s, your early 30s, where you shouldn't even have to menstrual and menopause at not until the age of 50, 40, 50. So here you are messing around with it at the age of 30. You got all this unwanted pressure. You are not emotional ready for this.
Right.
What do? We chicken out and move on to the next, leaving you, young ladies, with the burden.
And that's what
Then
happened.
we try to slide back in when it's convenient for us. That's why women, they didn't have the choice of taking leadership because the men would leave, leaving you guys not even mentally ready, prepared for what you're getting ready to go through because we want to sort our royal oats, not sowing into your spirit. So now you're damaged. He's cuckoo. So when a man, the right per se man comes along and knows how to treat you, you're going to push him away. Your wall is up. Because you can't trust him because this other gentleman betrayed your trust.
Yeah, I would like in that instance, I would agree with Tia. I have a whole episode on if I was a woman, I would never trust none of these niggas to get me pregnant. not ever. I would never trust these niggas. I wouldn't trust it. But we can go to the next question. Tia,
Let
what's
me
up,
just say,
Cece?
Alan just.
Casey.
Child.
What's up, Cece?
That was good right there.
Yeah, Alan hit it. You about to have me crying.
You know what? I apologize. I don't want to go over my time and stop someone else from voicing their opinion. But
no, you got it.
That young lady right there, that's my niece. So they're looking. They have other uncles, and I'm not going to say I'm the favorite uncle, but a lot of my nieces and nephews turn to me for some stuff, for guidance, for leadership. I'm a man of God, but I'm also human, and she knows I'm gonna give it to her straight from the hip, because I'd rather me upset her than the world abuse her.
Right.
That's word.
I got empathy and passion for life, for females, especially women. I love you guys because a lot of you guys don't know your power. But go ahead, because I'm not gonna get. I can go on and on. Then I'll get emotional. But it's cool. This is my first time, so I don't want to take up all your time, T. I just appreciate you having me on, man. But man, if we as men, I was talking to my sister today, her mom, and I say, if we as males, if you don't know yourself as a male growing into your, if you don't know yourself as a young man, a young male growing into a man, you'll never know how to treat a female. Women, you have to know who you are as a female. So when you grow up as a woman, you'll know who you are, and vice versa with a man. You have to know you. Take that personal time to get to know you. Don't let I don't like using the word, but I'll say Negro, okay? The other word I don't like using. Don't let him talk you out of your stuff, because he ain't gonna put nothing into you. He's not gonna put what he needs to put into you.
Y'all want me to translate?
He's not gonna give you that leadership.
I was gonna do it, Skinny, but you could.
Don't trust these niggas.
Don't trust these niggas. That's what I always fucking say.
Don't
trust these niggas.
It's bad, but that's the way it is. The Bible says, "Do not put your trust in man. Put your trust in me." So
we can't hear
the man and the woman has to know who they are.
Right.
Because if you don't know who you are, you're trying to figure out who I am, and you don't even know who you are. Mm-hmm. You have so much in you to figure out what's in you. You won't even have the time to try to figure out who I am, because you'll be learning yourself.
The ladies know, because they've all been on Intimate Conversations. That is like actually my first question. Do you know who you are? Yeah. So I always preface it that question, because people need to know that for themselves and the person you're dealing with. You need to know if that person knows who they are. Like, if you don't know who you are, then you're not ready for all of this shit that you're trying to do. and that's what it is. But Tia, we got to go to the next question. What's up? Tia, you froze?
Definitely, yeah.
What's she been frozen for?
I think Tia's frozen. But I got the question, so I'll just pull up the next question. All right, so the next question is, do you feel like one parent should make most of the decisions about the child?
No. Absolutely.
No.
You know how overwhelming that is? And I'm speaking as a single. Is it okay if I answer it? I'm speaking. Is that okay? If I'm speaking as a. I'm sorry. That was triggering. I am so exhausted. Tia, he asked the next question. I am so exhausted. You know how old he said, is it okay for one parent to make the I am so exhausted. It is not okay. It should never be okay for one person to raise one human being and make all the decisions. I'm still raising my damn self.
I think that's circumstantial though, Nina.
What do you mean circumstantial?
Like when my daughter was a baby, I made a lot of the decisions because her mom wasn't around.
Right, but the question, what's the question?
Okay?
Right, you said is it okay?
It was okay because she ain't know what the fuck was going on.
But you said, but it's not okay. That's the question. You said, is it okay? And I'm saying, I'm a single parent. I've been a single parent for the last 18 years. And as a single parent, solely a single parent, holistically a single parent for the last 18 years, but 4 children, I am saying it is not okay to make all decisions for a child. I am exhausted. I am overwhelmed. I need another person in this house to help me make these decisions.
Right, that's what I mean. Like it wasn't like a thing. Like I didn't feel like it was an overbearing thing. Like I felt like I was in the better position, or I had the better mindset.
You got no choice.
Right.
You got no choice. Like we're gonna do what we gotta do. We're gonna do what we gotta do. But it's not okay.
Okay, so what if one parent is not up to the task?
Right. One parent wasn't up to the task. That's why it was me.
Right. So
it's not okay.
Right, but in that instance, I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying that they should. Like the question said, should. Yeah, you should. If the other parent's a fucking idiot or they don't fucking know what's going on, yes, the smarter parent should make the decisions. Yes.
So all the decisions.
The smarter parent, yes.
This is called.
Oh, y'all couldn't hear me this whole time?
No, it was on mute.
We was ignoring you.
Yeah.
No, he was on mute.
I said hey to everybody and everything. Dang.
This
what you were saying?
This subject is called co-parenting, right?
Yes.
Okay, so one gets half, one gets the other half. You bring it together.
That's what it's supposed to be.
And I understand what you guys are saying about one might have more strength or more wisdom in certain areas. But I believe both should be notified. Both should know what's going on. It's okay to have an input, but I'm going with the best, with the right answer.
That's what I'm saying.
And
yeah,
but people say the best. Well, let's go with the best answer. But the best answer or synonym is not always the right one.
Right.
It's just not. It's not designed that way, because your best might not be right for me. My best might not be right for you or the situation. So back to the topic. Okay, let's co-parent this. Right. Let's come together.
Oh yeah, I'm all for compromises. Like I'm all for compromising, and we can work this shit out. But
right,
if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, I'm gonna take charge.
Yeah. It's no sense of throwing somebody off a cliff and there ain't no water under there.
Right.
Yeah, and what I wanted to say was that's why people need to make better choices with who they make babies with. Like you really have to be conscious enough to know, like, that's not good for me. I done seen like 7 red flags and I really need to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Male and female. Because once the baby come, then shit, y'all might not be on the same page. You know what I'm saying? It might be like, oh yeah, I don't want no kids. And then the way we are as women, sometimes we'd be like, well, maybe I want to keep it. Or the dude would be like, hey, I want you to keep it, or I want you to get rid. Like it's so many different aspects when it comes to becoming a parent. So that's why people have to make better choices, because when one parent is left to make all of the decisions, that shit do be hard. It is hard. And yes, like you said, Uncle Alan, you know, coming together to, you know, figure it out. That's having respect for you know, your kids' other parent. That is a part of healthy co-parenting. But when it comes to making the decision, ultimately the person who has the child primarily is the one that's making the decisions.
Right.
Like me, I'm primarily making the decisions for Demaya, you know, and as much as I want, you know, his input, his ain't the healthiest. His ain't always right. This man says she can have a boyfriend. No, she can't. She's fucking 14. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna cuss this episode because my uncle here and I respect my elders. Okay. So
solid.
Just like, but his way of thinking is way backwards. So it's like I really can't, like, I can come to you out of respect for notifying you what's going on with our kid, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna stick with what you know, because what you know ain't all the way to go.
Plus, also, hold on, Skinny. I'm gonna let you ask your question, but I just want to say this real quick. Plus, also, a lot of times when you're the primary parent, the other parent be like saying shit, and like they don't know the full scope of it because they don't have the kid all the fucking time. So when you're the primary parent, yes, you are in charge of the decisions. But go ahead, Skinny.
I disagree with that, but what I want to talk about that before that. No, that just because that child lives there, that don't mean you make the decisions.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when the other parent doesn't know the information, like
right, when they're not even equipped.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Or they're not thinking. Sometimes they don't even think about the child. They think about what they would do or what they want to see, and that so a lot of times that's not the healthiest choice for the baby or the child.
Or sometimes. Okay, Skinny, go ahead. I'm sorry, you trying to make your point. Go.
I'm sorry. No. So my question for you is, my youngest is 14, right? And is she into boys? Like, can you tell that she in that world?
Right, no, I think he's asking about your daughter, Cece.
Is my daughter into boys?
Yeah.
Yeah. She have like little crushes and shit like that, but ain't no boyfriends, not over here, not with me.
Right. So, do your baby dad know that she's like into boys now and had crushes?
Yes.
And so, just playing devil's advocate, because I have a 14-year-old girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's going to go get a boyfriend anyway, regardless.
Which I understand.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to be the person that she comes to and not the one that she's afraid to come to. Because she's going to go to daddy now. That's what my daughter do. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So, you telling her that she can't and she do, she not going to go to you for nothing. So, you got to be careful with that. So, that's what he's trying to say.
Right. Well, I get that. And I do have the space for my daughter to come talk to me about anything.
She won't
about
though.
anything.
Hold on. Was there a conversation about why she shouldn't have a boyfriend yet? Was that a conversation yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Because when my daughter did have a situation way early, she got her little heart broke and she was crying and sad. Like I seen it in real time. And I didn't like that for my baby, you know, so I had to explain to her, listen, this is what happens when you like somebody a lot. When you really like somebody a lot and they're not who you expect them to be, this will happen.
Right.
So right now, let's not focus on that. She can have her crushes and stuff like that. And yes, granted, if she wanted to have a boyfriend, she would.
That's a tough age. Yeah, that's a tough age though.
She would. Right here. Let's stay right here because I gotta protect her.
Right. What I'm saying to you,
I have to.
What I'm saying to you is I agree with Skinny a little bit on this because that's a tough age. And at that age, no matter what you tell me, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. So regardless of me getting my heart broken or not, I think it would be better for you to like be the parent to that she could come to instead of just saying no off the bat, because at that age I'm already going to do what I'm going to do.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get better at, you know, those conversations, because
Teens is tough.
like I told her, she can talk to me about anything. I want her to tell me about stuff, you know what I'm saying? And she's able to do that. But I know that well, no, not really. I mean, we're not in the best space when it's like, mommy, I got a crush, you know what I'm saying? But she will like mention somebody and I'm like, okay, who is this and what's going on with that? You know what I mean? Or if a boy likes her, like it was a boy in her school. He made a song and put her name in it. And he was like, he'll shoot up the boys and all this shit. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. What is this? So, but then look, she tell her dad about it and he cool with it. So it's like, wait, he's talking about shooting people up. Like,
at that age, when my daughter was that age, I was RoboCop.
Yeah, well, that's
RoboCop. What's happening?
I hate it.
Tia or Nina, what's y'all answer on the question? I would want to hear from Tia last, because I want to know, because she's just now going through or beginning these decisions. But go first, Nina. What's your answer to the question?
I answered it. I answered first.
Yeah, she answered it.
Okay, go ahead, Tia.
Child, what was the question? I know what's my question.
Do you feel like one parent should make most of the decisions?
Like you said, I'm very new to this, so I think that there's even in a healthy co-parenting situation, I think that it's going to lean on probably one person.
Primary.
More than the other. I don't think it's always going to be 50-50. And the reason why I say that is because it's basically how my situation is. Regardless of y'all know how I talk trash about the man over there.
He a good dad.
When it come down to co-parenting, that man do his job. I can never take that away from him. He show up. He do his thing when it comes down to co-parenting. So, but this was also how it was in our relationship too. Like, although I'm very considerate of his opinions about decisions that we are making for our son, I still just me, because I'm a planner, because I'm a very creative person. I make moves kind of fast. It do be me kind of leading it, but I am still very considerate of his opinions about it. Hey, do you like this? Hey, do you like this place that I want to have this? These are the options that I've seen, because I know he's not going to come up with no other options anyway, but I'm going to present the options to you. Hey, I like these 3 places. What you think? Right. I know he's going to say, whatever you choose. I already know that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still going to be considerate of him because it's still his son.
Right.
But I feel like it's still going to lean towards one parent regardless. Right. It's never going to be 50-50.
Right. That's why I said sometimes it's situational, because being the primary parent, or like how you said, the take charge parent, he's just going to go with, just because some people don't think about those things that you're thinking about. Like, they don't think about all the options. They don't be like, well, I think we should have his party here. They just like, all right, whatever. So I
tell you the reason to her, when she said she's very considerate of asking him and having him do his part. A lot of men will, when a woman suggests, or she'll say, like she said, the party and stuff, a lot of men will say, go ahead and go with it.
Mm-hmm. If it don't cost too much.
Because
not if it don't cost too much. If I want to fight about it.
We feel there's going to be a confrontation.
Right.
So for us, because we're predominantly peaceful, we don't want the confrontation. We don't want the argument, because we feel, because it's probably happened in the past, if we voice our opinions, you're not gonna like what I say, but then again, you might do it anyway. And then we'll just say, okay, I'll take the high road and I won't say anything. But we are creative. But that's very considerate of you to do that, even though you two don't agree on, you still implementing. And that's the proper thing to do. So I'll give you ladies kudos for that, because you guys go through stuff, man. You guys go through stuff, but also so do we. But
they don't be going through shit.
They don't be going through shit. No, I'm not against. No, I'm not against. I'm not against. Like,
they do. They got.
I'm not against including. Like, I'm not against including, but some people just don't care. Like, some people just don't care, or some people are just not knowledgeable enough to figure shit out.
Yeah. Because most people, man and woman, like, okay, if you're gonna handle it, I'm cool with it.
All right.
Ain't no sense of crying up. No, you good.
Sorry.
Did you say it, Skinny?
Let's talk about the important question. Why don't we rotate income tax checks?
I can't.
Claiming the check.
I can't.
Let's be fair.
It ain't gonna happen.
I'll answer that. I'll answer that. That's what I'm about to say.
You claim 1 year. You claim the next year.
It depends on who claims the kid first. And it also depends. That should be a conversation, but normally the primary person is going to claim the kid. That's how it goes. I got the kid.
That's a good point though, because I heard that on the radio the other day, and it might have been today actually, for real. And the woman was saying, she was like, the father pays like $1,200 in child support, but she claims the kid, or the mother claims the kid. So it was something in there. I can't tell you verbatim because I just, but that is a good conversation piece on who should claim the kid sometimes. Not for me though.
I think
Not for me.
I think whoever primarily takes care of the kid, like I shelter the kid, I feed the kid, I take the kid to school every day. You get the kid every other weekend. You don't get to claim the kid. Sorry.
It's that.
Sorry.
It's
the truth.
Don't even ask.
Yeah, don't even ask. Nigga, what you doing? You get the kid every other weekend. What are you doing?
You get child support too?
No.
Oh, so you don't know? Okay.
No, I know about child support. What I'm saying is,
so if you know about child support,
everybody's situation is different. But what I'm just speaking on the parent who doesn't do as much as the other parent. That's what I'm speaking on.
All right.
That's what
y'all can still come to an agreement though. If that's something that you are considering and you have a good enough relationship with your child's mother to say, hey, listen, can we do a rotation of the taxes? Like, can we, if you can have that conversation,
I think Skinny's situation is different because he be having his kid. Like, a lot of people don't have their kid a lot. So
well, then that needs to be a conversation. But is your baby mother mature enough to have that conversation and okay enough to agree to do something like that?
Right.
And that's the thing. Historically, there has not been a question. It's always been, if that child lives with that parent, right? No matter if I'm paying $20,000 a year in child support, and she's still getting all of the regular shit as if she was living with me, I'm still not getting it. You know what I'm saying? So it should be something in the law where it states.
Oh no, that's never going to happen. They don't give a fuck about us.
I already know.
The court, it depends on the judge, lawyers. Like, you gotta. The court situation is crazy. I personally would never put my son's father through that. I feel like we mature and we grown and we got a situation going on that is crazy, because for one, it depends on the judge, the lawyers. Like, it really is never the one thing, one decision, and that's very annoying. And I don't like this situation at all, because I done seen people literally have their kids and they still favor the woman just because she's a woman. But then I also seen a situation where a judge was fair. So it's a crazy situation.
I would just say to have the conversation and ask, like, can we swap every year?
I got put on child support for doing better, so that should let you know a lot.
Right.
So,
well, you keep doing better, Skinny, and we're proud of you. Okay,
thank
so
you. Y'all different breed of vaginas,
and
on
you
this
keep
show.
doing your thing because your blessings are gonna continue to come. Okay.
Let's go to the T-Rex.
Let's go to the next question. Let's go to the next question before Skinny get in trouble. Let's go to the next question.
No, I like meaning faces when I be saying real.
Skinny just called us T-Rexes over here.
No, I did not.
Let's go to the next question before Skinny get in trouble.
Because he so is SKU now.
Right. So
right now.
So since we kind of touching on this or whatever, one of my questions was, so say for instance the child goes over the one parent house, it could be man or it doesn't matter, the one parent's house just the weekend. If I got the child for just the weekend, I mean, if the child is going to his dad on the weekend, do I gotta provide everything for this weekend?
No.
No,
you shouldn't.
You shouldn't.
That be an argument for people.
Comment on a lot of this stuff. My children.
When I was co-parenting with my daughters, I got two daughters. Okay, I live in Michigan. They lived in Colorado. We flip-flop because the mother had parents in Michigan, so she would come here, drop them off. I drive them to Colorado. I bought the stuff. She would send some stuff, but I was
I'm getting triggered.
I would buy them extra stuff, but I would send the stuff that she sent. I would send it back, and some things that I knew they would grow out of, I would send them back to her, because there's no sense in me keeping them because they're going to grow out of them. So I had my daughters because the Colorado school year was different. So that allowed me to keep them 4.5 months because they went back to school later.
Right.
But I didn't do that. If I had them, I bought it. I sent it back because they're going to grow out of it. But like she said, everybody's not that way. They'll buy some stuff and it's for here. You want them to have it, you buy it from over there. And it's because somebody's been hurt.
I kind of got like that. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
I'm getting triggered by that because don't take my Jordans and then send the kid back with these sandals. No, sorry. No,
that's different. No,
sorry.
No,
I'm not.
That's different.
I'm not gonna buy him Jordans and send them. No, I'm not gonna do that.
That's what I'm saying. No.
If I buy him Jordans, them babies is staying home with me.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No.
You know,
what are we talking about?
I'll buy you some pro kids or something, but you ain't getting them Jordans.
On how the parent treats the things. You know what I mean? If they take off the sneaks and put them back in the box, that type of stuff, like, all right, yeah. But if they letting the kid go play out in $200 pair of sneakers, and because they don't because they didn't pay for it, then you can't allow that. See, my kids are way older, so it was different when I had like children. So the game is different now.
I mean, not only that, it's just like my baby mom used to purposely like take the clothes that I sent with her and keep them and just send her back with the Old Navy and this. Like, I'm not, stop stealing my shit. Like, no, we're not doing that. Like, no, I'm sorry, we're not doing that.
Not the Old Navy.
Like, we're not doing that.
Yeah, well, so that happened to me where I had stopped sending stuff with my daughter because the stuff wasn't coming back.
Right.
So because it's not coming back, you got it. And if you don't, then go ahead and get it. Go ahead and you buy the clothes or whatever. You go ahead, and then like I was sending her with her hair looking good, and she come home, her hair be looking crazy as hell. Like, like now her hair ain't even growing right. Now I gotta do triple work to get my work back in. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So yeah, I did not send stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I've never experienced it. My kids never stayed the night with their dad anywhere. Like, you know, they've always been home. They've never. So I've never. But if I had experienced it, I wouldn't send them. You know, I wouldn't send them out because I would. It should already be there. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
That's the other parent. But I've never experienced it.
Yeah.
So Tia,
but they can't always get it though. What if the parent can't always get?
I was about to say I was right at one time. And
if they can't always get it, then that means you can't provide for your child. So why are they going?
No. See,
no.
Everybody has a bit much.
That's not a bit much. That's not.
No, I'm not gonna shame her because she can't buy but I'm not gonna shame her though.
It's here and I provide it. Like, you know what I mean? You're not on child support. You're not on child support. And the stuff that's in my house, I provided for it. So the stuff that's in your house, provide for it. So why am I providing stuff for your house?
Right, but
you're not on child support.
No, nobody's saying for you to provide for their house. We're saying that there's different levels in the shit that you buy.
Yeah, it's not. You're not providing for him or her. You're providing for the child, and see that's
he's providing for his child.
Right, but it's levels. It's levels of
your child also, right?
It's levels of providing.
Nina,
because that child is your child too, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like she said before. It's never a 50-50. So there's a give and take. I understand what you mean, but there's a give and take. I'm like this, but I've always made good money. So and so has their mom. So it was like, whatever, keep it. I'll get it. I mean, but everybody's not in that situation. I understand, but there has to be a balance level because that disagreement, people will say, well, that could be a deal breaker or not.
This is why that's what I'm about to say, because this is why I hate co-parenting. My bad, Nina, but this is why I hate co-parenting, because it's like the other parent has to be on the same page with you. It's like when you have your kid and then you send them with clean clothes and X, Y, and Z, and then you send the kid back with dirty. It's like, what are we doing?
Right. Because, so I don't know. Like when I was growing up and I would go over my dad's house, I'm coming back the same way I left. I don't know.
What I'm saying, but granted,
I didn't go over my dad's house. I went over it because he wasn't there. It was my aunt and my grandma. It was the same way. There was no difference. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm at my grandmother's house, I'm at my grandmother's house. Like, it wasn't. There wasn't no difference. Like, I will come back the same way I left. Like, you know what I mean? So in mine, it would be, so if it was to be like that with my kids, I wouldn't see it no different way, if that makes sense.
Right.
So why would I?
Since you're a new mom, right? My bad, Nina. But Tia, since you're a new mom, right? How does the pamper situation go in the baby bag?
Well, I'm a cereal overpacker regardless of where he goes. So even when he goes to his dad's house, the bag is always packed, because in my mind, well, my mom was like that too. But in my mind, I just
how does it come back to you?
Sometimes it's used, like sometimes he never sends the bag back with nothing in there.
That's what I'm saying.
That never happens.
That's
so.
What
and then even if he did say like, okay, I also, we communicate very well. So even when I send Pampers, I'm like, yo, you good on Pampers, you good on wipes or whatever. So even though I know this bag is going to be packed, I still in my mind make sure like, hey, you good? Like whatever, because I don't know what man, because we don't talk outside of, if it doesn't have anything to do with my son, we're not talking about it.
Right.
But this had something to do with my son. You good? He good? Da 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 da. So just in case, I might have to pack an extra bag because at the end of the day, I don't care what you got going on, what your finances may or may not look like. I just need to make sure that my son is okay because when he's not with me, I 100% can say like he good with his dad, regardless of the situation. So I don't care about the pettiness and being like, oh well, if you ain't got it, he ain't gonna have it because I want to be able to sleep when he's not with me. So in order for me to do that, I still make sure he, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he might be like, why you pack all them Pampers? Like, we good. I'm like, but you know how I get, like, I am a serial overpacker.
Right,
So,
you making sure as you should. You got a good and a kosher situation. I've been in situations and I've seen situations where the baby bag comes back empty. And no, we're not doing that.
And it's a reflection on you too.
Like that too.
Hey,
Where the
see, you
baby's
seem
over
like a
nothing
bad
on.
baby dad. Like you going back, like you seem like the bad
I'm
baby dad.
definitely hitting you, Jack. Like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
Two strings at? Why two strings ain't in here?
I'm on it because I didn't send the baby with Twix. I didn't send the baby to you like that. We're not doing that. Oh. All right, Tia, which question you want to go to next?
hold on. You can pick whatever question because I can't see it. I'm gonna have to get out the phone.
Oh, all right. We can go back to the double back, John, since y'all believe that every person doubles back.
I don't know. Our group seemed like they ain't never double back, and I don't know.
That's what I was about to say. That's a bad myth. That's a bad myth.
Seem like none of us is double back. So,
Wait,
what y'all
double
feel
back
about it though?
to the baby dad,
right?
To the baby mom,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Dubsky Wubsky. No,
That's a bad myth. That's a bad myth.
Because first off, you met that person, y'all was two different people. Yeah, so to double back now and to see how they digress them, no.
Okay. That's not even my type.
So
right.
So what are you doubling back for?
Smashing.
To go back to the same thing that you left them for?
No, not to get back together, just smashing, just sex.
Once I leave you, I'm gone.
That's it.
Once I'm gone because I'm the type of person. We together. You ain't got to worry about me, and I shouldn't have to worry about you. Guys are gonna approach you. Women are gonna approach me. Once you give yourself to somebody else, you can have that somebody else because now I got to worry about. Did he give her something? Did she give him something? All this other stuff that I shouldn't have to deal with. So for me not to deal with it, I won't deal with it. I need something new anyway, evidently.
Are we talking about being with the parent and then like going back years later, or breaking up and then going back immediately?
Yeah.
Say that again, Skinny. Say that again.
Are you talking about like doubling back, like
years later?
Y'all got a baby. Oh, just hitting the baby dad periodically.
Okay, we could go to periodically.
Oh yeah, that happens. That's a real life thing.
I done done it.
I done done it.
Shoot, we all have.
Yeah.
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
I did.
Yeah,
if I knew what time it was, you know what I'm saying? I knew what was going on over there. So we hit a couple times, and then that's all we got. We don't got nothing else.
It's called easy access and comfortability.
Yeah,
and
it's the comfortability, right? It was familiar.
With something, you don't want to leave it.
No, once I know you crazy. Once I know you crazy.
No, I was cool. I left, but then when it was time for me to like do what I was gonna do,
right.
I knew what was going on over there. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew that I was going like. Shit, you might have said something to me before I got there and turned me off or made me mad, but I don't care because I know what you finna do.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Once I got my freedom, I was gone.
I'm still free. You're still free.
Right.
You're still free.
Right.
You're free to come and you're free to go.
Hers wasn't worth the double back.
What's your answer, Tia? Because you fresh.
Oh, I'm not doing that. Y'all right? What? I'm not doing it. I don't double back at all. I've never double back. I'm cool.
Okay.
But so okay. So do y'all feel like it's different when you have a child with the person? Like,
Yeah,
is it
it's
different?
definitely-
Is
Yeah,
it a different double back as opposed
You
to
gonna
just
let him hit.
somebody? Yeah.
You gonna let him hit?
Wait,
You
what?
gonna let him
hit?
I don't even like. Okay.
Gonna let him hit is wild.
Skinny, you don't know me. You don't know me like that.
I don't care if he was Babe Ruth. He not hitting nothing. Nobody.
Yo, you gonna let him hit is wild.
It's in a rule book. Just like y'all get the income tax check, it's in a rule book. You gotta let your baby dad double back.
What? It's not in the rule book.
Would you say, Nina?
But she might want to double back. It ain't always us.
That's a fact.
Because if you doing her right the way she like, she gonna double back.
For sure. I'm saying no because I
You know, but like,
It happens.
the lady at the top, like she said, she ain't double, and that's cool because you don't want to give nobody or yourself false hopes.
Hey, listen, but you got to at least like that person. If you don't like that person,
No, you don't.
Then
No, you
yeah,
don't.
yeah.
No.
No, you have to at least like your
don't.
baby mom.
No,
Bro,
you don't.
That's crazy.
No, you don't. No, you don't. If you like the what it was, like what, if you like the action, you ain't got to like her. If you like the action,
no. I'm not talking about like her, like you want to be with her. I'm talking about
I
like
don't have to like her at all.
I'm talking about be cordial.
No, I don't have to be cordial with her at all. If that's what I wanted to do because that was good, then I would do that.
Like her, no, you don't understand what I'm saying. If I don't like her mentally, I'm not there.
I agree with you, Skinny. Like at least being cordial, like being on a level where I can say hi, bye, and that's just cool. It's just that, not. But when you don't like somebody, it ain't really like you really don't even want that for real.
That's for
what?
It's like you got to put somebody in a microwave.
Because the physical don't change, TJ.
It's like you put them in a microwave and you got to wait for them to warm up.
The mental is more important than the physical because if you mentally not there, then what difference do it make? This shit is doing nothing.
Sometimes you're in a physical space. It's not a
but I gotta like you,
bro.
But what if she don't like
won't
you?
even get hard if
She
I
ain't
don't fuck with you.
Hold on,
You ain't gotta like me.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's say right there, CC. She ain't got to like me either.
So you ain't doubling y'all. So how y'all gonna double back? Like,
because we both can be in a physical space,
right? Which means you're cordial.
No,
right.
You don't have to be cordial at all.
Well, yeah, you got to be a little cordial.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
You know why? You got to be cordial.
Listen,
you got to be cordial.
This is what I'm trying to explain to y'all. This is what I'm trying to explain to
Right. That's my point, Uncle Alan.
We don't have to be cordial at all. None of this shit has to be going on. I could be in a physical moment. She could be in a physical moment. And that would be the only text that came through is, yo, is you with this right now? All right. After this, we ain't gonna never speak again. Before this, we wasn't speaking.
But y'all still have some type of understanding that it's okay for us to get to. It's okay for us to do this in the moment that we're gonna do it. Whether like there's no gray area for that. It's either it is or it's not. So y'all have to have some type of consent. I don't want to.
Right. Consent.
Right.
That was the consent.
And like have some type of like chemistry. Not saying like chemistry.
That's what I'm saying. The chemistry was already there. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So, but y'all still like each other in some sort.
Don't like each other at all.
I don't know. See, we can't win with you half the time.
I'm just saying.
You have to have some kind of communication.
Ain't Nina?
You have to have some kind of likeness to get with that person. You just can't sit there and text and say, "Okay, let's do this. Let's do this."
Wait a minute. Who can't do that?
He dead serious. He do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Who
he can do it.
Yeah.
He can do it.
and not have no, but you have to communicate. You have to be cordial.
No, right.
You have to say something.
This is what I'm saying. There's no speaking before or after that. That makes
you have to.
No, it doesn't.
You have to.
No, you don't.
What are you gonna do? Text the team? What are you gonna do? Text it?
Right. That means there's no respect.
This is what it's not that there's no respect, it's that we already had a
You're already cordial.
No,
you're already cordial.
No, we're not
Before,
cordial. We're not speaking.
When's the last time we were cordial?
We might not have been cordial in a fucking year.
How are you gonna set this up though, T? How are you gonna set it up? How are you gonna get together?
That doesn't make sense.
This is what it don't make sense for you. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
What's the definition of being cordial?
Right, the same way you hook up a booty call. Tell them, Tia, it's the same thing. What are y'all talking about?
Yeah, but Tia, you wouldn't agree.
But you have to have some form of communication
for a booty call. Yes, you
how
do.
do you set it up?
Well, no, it's not necessarily like having a relationship. It literally is like a booty call. Like, hey, I'm with it, you with it, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? But the point still is that in there somewhere you all have a cordial type of relationship. It's not you don't like her, she don't like you. No, y'all like each other in some way to where y'all can sign up to do this and get it popping.
We like each other in a physical manner. This is
right.
That's a form of still liking.
But you have to have some kind of talking communication.
This is why
you don't have to.
Yeah, no, you don't. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
No, you don't have to for real.
That's what I'm saying. Hold on. And let's go to the next question, but I'm gonna wrap this up and I'm gonna tell y'all this. I can look at my phone right now and somebody that I haven't talked to in maybe 2 years or something. If I send them the code, guess what's gonna happen? It's up.
You on the way. You on the way.
We talking about
right? Hold on.
There's no communication. I just said I haven't talked to them in 2 years.
Right.
But listen,
with that being said, when they get there, you still gonna have that lust for them.
Communication is not always verbal. Communication.
I hear what you saying, Skinny. I'm not agreeing with. I'm not disagreeing with what you said, Skinny. I'm talking to Alan. He's saying that you got to have these communications, and no, you don't.
Okay.
How do you set it up, T? How do you set it up?
I'll text you the code.
Bingo. There you go. There's the communication. You text. It's not always verbal, is what I'm saying.
Right, but you said there has to be communication like around that. Like we have to be in communication at some point. No, we don't. I don't have to talk to you in years. If
you gotta know where to meet at. You gotta know where to meet at.
You already know.
For the occasion, yes.
Right.
To make sure that it happens, yes, that's the communication. But before
that's I understand what he's talking about. I understand what you're talking about, because if y'all locked in and you know the assignment, you already know the assignment.
Right, you already know.
Hey, listen. Can we talk about this nigga T said if I send him the code, that's just gonna go past that? He got code that he sent out.
Man, listen.
T, what the code look like?
I can't do all that. I can't do all that. I can't do all that. All I'm saying is
you can't get away the answer.
Yeah, I can't get the code away.
But they know what the code is.
Yeah, they know what it is.
If I send the bad signal out,
right, the bad signal.
You know what it is.
It could be a wink, wink. But they know what the code is.
Right, about 2 years, you're knocking the cobwebs off.
Yes.
Hey, he can send a spider. She'll know what he's talking about.
Yep.
No,
it happens, man.
He sent one of them QR codes to their phone.
Listen, I can't give y'all the code now.
QR code. Oh my God. That's the code. Yo, T, I know a QR code.
You do like Batman and Robin T, and you got that light over Gotham City.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's levels to this shit. That's
You hear
all I'm
the
saying.
city siren.
T, when we start our push and Pete segment, make sure you go up for your QR code and the D.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It's levels to this shit, man. That's all I'm
Push
saying.
your T, push your P.
All right, y'all. The last question is how do you feel about the last names?
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead. Should the child have one or the other? How do y'all feel about the child having the last name?
So initially for me, well, I'm the first baby mother for both of my kids' fathers. And so just for me, out of respect for them having their father's last name was okay with me.
Okay.
I was fine with that.
You still good with it?
Do I still what?
Are you still good with it?
I
There's the answer
mean,
right there.
because it's a little tough. Like, it's a little tough. I'm gonna tell you why. Because, and I'm being transparent, okay? So, for my daughter, she was gonna have her father's last name, but he wasn't there to sign her birth certificate. So she, in the state of Georgia, if they don't sign the birth certificate, then they technically have no rights to the kid at all. So she was given my last name. So that was cool. All right, fine. We'll just roll with it. And then for my oldest son, we had a situation, okay? And his daddy wasn't there. But then when he came back, so he wasn't there, we weren't together, he had my last name. But once we got to where we needed to be, he wanted him to have his last name. And so for me, I needed for him to show me that that was okay. I needed to know, like, if I'm giving you this because you weren't there, well, we weren't together, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it was. But if I'm going to give this to you, I need you to show up in the way that he needs you to show up. And if me and you are going to do this, I need you to show up in the way that I need you to show up for the both of us, because that was a big change. Like, my son's first and last name got changed, and it wasn't real quick, easy. It took about 4 years, 3-4 years before I decided to go ahead with that change.
Why was the first name changed though?
Because he wanted his J.
Oh, he wanted a junior. Okay.
Well, he's not a junior, but he wanted the J to be a part of his son's name. I mean, and that's like his namesake, yeah. Because then my son got my father's middle name. I mean, my son's middle name is my father's first name. And again, that's because he wasn't there. So, you know, just throughout the years and stuff, I did agree to it. I'm okay for the most part, because I have my one that's got my last name, and that's cool. So, you know, it is what it is.
Anybody want to go?
I think that, well, all my children have my last name. My daughter last name is hyphenated with her mother's last name and mine. So I like it for men. I'm saying if you have to do it, like if the men are in their lives, if the fathers are in their lives, that, you know, they carry on a last name as the boys and whatever. But if the nigga is not there and you just got last name of,
Skinny, you think they should change it
back to their name? Yeah. Because it's been situations where I've seen someone with the stepfather's last name that's not even a biological dad.
Yeah.
So like, and that's wild.
Yeah, that's super wild.
Yeah.
I'm interested in your answer.
I agree with Skinny. I literally had this conversation with my 13-year-old like 2 weeks ago, and a couple of my kids, they want to change their last name. So all my kids have their dad last name, but and I always said, I give my kids the options because I do. Once I get married, I do want to change their last name, but they're older now. Like my oldest, she's about to be 18. My kids range from 18 to 10. So they're a little bit older, but so now that they're older, they kind of have the option. Do I want to change their last name? Yeah. But I agree with Skinny. If the dad's not active in their lives, what legacy are we really carrying? You know what I mean? And then even with their dad, it's their dad's last name. They don't know that man. They never seen that man before in their lives. Like, you know what I mean? So what are we really carrying? And I'm all about legacy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So should what last name should they have? I think they should have the meaning of who means to them. And I'm named after my dad.
Right.
And same with that. So
How
when I change mine, I want theirs to change too.
That's what I was going to ask you. How did you feel about?
Can I say something? I got a friend that changed her last name. Right, her husband changed their last name. So now that their kids, when they have children, they'll carry on that last name instead of the slave owner's last name that we've been given. You understand what I'm saying? So that's just a great idea. But most people now don't stay in the family. But I just wanted to add that.
I don't like that you just said the slave owner's last name, but
that's where they come from.
Right, I get you, but it just sounds crazy. I get you. Nina, Tia, what's your answer with the baby?
I'm an advocate for both names. Me personally, I didn't even want kids at one point, but when I did like a little thought of it before I decided to have Blake, I always felt that having two last names was the thing. It could be because I've always had both last names. I have my dad and my mom's name. Even though I love my dad, but I still to this day, and I ask my mom all the time, why would she give the name? Only because my dad went to prison for life, and she knew this. So I didn't understand me having his name when you knew he wasn't going to be active. And also, I didn't even know I had his last name until I was in like middle school. So like, what did you put that there for? You know what I'm saying?
Probably just to carry it.
Really?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Mom, what was your reason?
She could have loved.
She in the other room. She gonna answer this. But anyway, who was it? Michelle, you have the mic. Why'd you give me the name? She just said she wanted. She was respecting him.
Right.
That was
she
nice.
wanted to carry it.
Yeah. She wanted to be nice, but I get that. But can you at least tell me that I have his name?
True that.
You could have did that. But no, I always wanted Blake to have Blake has both of our names. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I don't know. I think both. I agree with y'all though that if the person isn't active, they don't deserve it, because I'm still trying to figure out why my nephew has his dad's name and he never was active like at all. Like it's just crazy to me. Now my question is to y'all though, because we keep talking about the men. So how y'all like? All right, T, you took the daughter, right?
Right.
What was there ever like a thought for, like, say she had the mom last name? I don't know the situation, but like, does that happen? Have y'all seen that happen where the dad like, he changes your name to, like, you know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
I don't think the guy would go that far to like change the name back. I mean, I guess if he had to, depending on the circumstances, but I don't think it would be like a thought. I just don't think it would be a thought process.
I know it wasn't a thought until she said it, but I agree with that. You should say, your daughter got your last name?
We keep talking about the men. We don't.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
You asking me? I'm gonna ask you again. I named both my kids first, middle, and last name. So I mean,
You say you talking to me?
Yeah, I mean, I don't. What's your answer though, Alan? How do you feel about the last name thing?
They're getting mine.
They're getting it. So
Slaughter Gang. We gonna talk about it.
It's no
Slaughter
question
Gang.
about
What
it.
up?
Because, right, I'm active in their lives. Even my daughters are 35 and 33. So I'm active. I've been active in their lives when we didn't plan to have them up to now.
I just feel like, oh my bad, but go ahead. You can finish.
No, you're good. You're good, T. Go ahead.
I was gonna say people don't understand like the longevity or the thing, how important it is, like when you're dealing with the names, because it's like when you register them for school, when you do all of these things, those names are important. It's like even with my kids having all my name, it's like when they mom like go to school and they're like, who are you? Because you don't got the last name. So it's important in certain aspects that people don't, think about.
Like you said, it's that legacy.
Right.
It's either going to make you a great.
It's really supposed to be that you plan on marrying the child's mother, right? So when y'all get married and she gets your last name, it wouldn't be weird that the kid has the other last name. But now it's starting. Now people are just saying like it's legacy, but that's not really the why you get the last name of the male.
Well, mine was always legacy.
But it kind of is.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So with Skinny, like I named all four of mine. They had to say because we were together for 11 years under the impression longevity, and then understanding that wasn't what it was. I'm like, then where's the legacy? Longevity equaling legacy. Like I'm like, then where's the legacy? Because this not what I signed up for, because I signed up for marriage equaling legacy. Like this is what this is supposed to be. You do me. You know what I mean? So then I'm understanding that damn, there is no legacy. So why are we here? This means nothing. You know what I mean?
Well, the point of the breakup there, yes, is trash now because the legacy is tarnished. You know what I'm saying? But initially, the legacy is a highlight because here we are bringing forth a mini me,
right?
For man and woman, we're bringing forth a mini me, and legacy has been set in stone for centuries. So the namesake, that is the main thing most of the time. And then, out of respect, but you absolutely want to make sure you have something that's going to carry on your greatness when you pass away. You know what I'm saying? So, once it got tarnished, then like we can go and throw that out the window because it ain't no legacy no more. This what you leaving, and this not like no, you're not going to get that credit. So yeah.
Yeah, that's
so. Is that gonna change the person?
No, it doesn't.
The person who tarnished the legacy.
No. If you don't give that person that last name, say if I don't give my daughter my last name, is that gonna change the person?
The person,
because
your daughter,
that legacy's still gonna go on.
You talking about your daughter,
right?
Yeah.
You mean the kid? I mean, that's up to the child.
Right.
That's really up to the child.
Yeah, they don't want it.
Whether they want to make you proud or not.
Because they're still going to be my daughter. They're still going to have my bloodline anyway. So that last name is irrelevant.
No, it's not the same.
It's because it's a namesake.
Right.
It's a namesake.
Like for my kids, their last name come from a person that they don't even know. Like for instance, like my children's dad is named after his dad. We don't know who this person is at all.
Right.
Like no history.
Never
they don't
met
have
this
no
person,
history.
no connection. I don't know this person. I don't even know if it's his dad. Like I'm gonna be completely honest. Like I don't have non-existent.
Nina,
Nina,
So-
would you think that's like that's bad juju? Like I would change the name just off of the strength of that.
Right.
But that
That's what
person's
we
not
talking
going to
about.
change.
Yeah, I want to change the name. We want to change the name. I'm changing the name.
But that
But the
I know,
name-
but that
it can
person's not going to change, right?
I'm sorry.
But it can sometimes affect
But
a
that-
child's mentality, though.
Right. That's what I was
Like
saying.
well, yeah, I mean, just to answer my uncle's, question, like that can
Right.
change a child's mentality, because if they have the last name of somebody that they don't know, they might think, well, dang, this person is a nobody. So shit, I guess I'm gonna carry on the legacy of being a nobody.
Right.
Or if they have the last name, like, oh, well, my father or my mother was a king or queen or whatever, and I'm gonna carry on that legacy based on the last name. Like for Uncle Alan, we could go there, okay? Because the slaughterhouse is a legacy. All right. Y'all started something back in the day, and it's still going. It's still going. The greatness is still going. You know what I'm saying? With my dad's last name, their legacy is still going.
CC, can I ask, would you change your name?
Well, I'm a Craig, but I'm originally a Slaughter. Okay, but no. I mean, yeah, but yeah.
No.
Now I get you, because it's in my DNA. You know what I'm saying? But once my parents got married, my name was Craig Slaughter. So I carried that, and then I don't even know. I don't know how it went, but either way,
It was Slaughter Craig.
Slaughter Craig. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it was Slaughter Craig, because your dad married my sister, so you get his last name. Allegedly, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew it was like that,
but you still you both. You 2 and 1.
Absolutely. And I carry it very well.
See, I'm a junior, so once my dad passed, I knew that when I had kids, I had to make that a point. Like I had to make that a point to keep that going. So that was.
But would that have changed that person, your son?
Definitely, because he would have had a corny ass last name. I'm just saying, those kind of things matter. Like y'all don't think that matters, but those kind of things matter. Like imagine if your last name is like Bumblefuck or some shit. Like, and you gotta grow up. You gotta grow up, and you're getting teased, and all these things play on like your self-esteem. All of this shit matters. People don't think it matters.
That is true. I don't even share this with a lot of people.
That was funny
but
though.
My last name is crazy.
But he wouldn't have known. Your son wouldn't have known, right?
What do you mean he wouldn't have known that that's my father's last name?
If you wouldn't have gave him or called him Junior or last name, he wouldn't have known any difference, right? So basically, it wouldn't have changed him. It wouldn't have changed who he was.
I don't know.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like it can.
I feel like it can.
But it doesn't change.
As children, we hold certain stuff of our parents so dear. Like we hold it, whether the parent is present or not. If the parent is not present, we hold that.
Right.
When our parent is present, we hold that. No matter what that looks like. Like as children, we hold the people that brought us into this world. We hold that very dear.
Like I purposely like you can't. My kids' names go together with my name, so it's like you can't, even if you don't know us, but if you see our names together, you know that it goes together. Like that, those things are purposely done.
Right, and like you said earlier, that legacy name, because I've been driving a truck for 30 plus years, so I've been all over the place. I went to where did I go? California. Well, we got relatives all over the place. I went to New York, ironically. And I was someplace and, they asked me what my name was. And I told them, Alan Slaughter. It's like, Slaughter. They got to thinking. It's like, where are you from? I was like, I'm from Michigan.
Right.
And then that started the conversation. Do you have any relatives in Ohio by Harry Slaughter and all. So legacy, that last name does carry weight, like you were saying.
So do heavyweight
Big
Slaughter
time.
Gang. You know what
Slaughter
I'm
Gang, what up?
saying? Yeah, Slaughter Gang, what up?
People say to me, "Boy, that's a heavy last name to carry in." And I said, "Nah, you
It's
just gotta know it's."
All right. As we wrap up, if y'all didn't like y'all last name, would y'all change it?
Yeah. So one of my kids changed their last names because she don't like me.
Nah, she don't like me.
I wouldn't. I mean, it would just be on paper. I just tell people my name China.
Okay. Tia?
I don't think so. I mean, cause like, what do you mean? Like, just change it to something random? Just cause I don't like it?
Oh, change it to whatever you want to change it to, whether you get married or whatever. Just change it.
Yeah, I am kind of stubborn. I probably would.
I was about to say that is the way you thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, that is a pretty valid question.
Nina, would you still consider changing your last name?
It's gone.
Okay.
I don't like mine.
Nina don't be playing no games.
Facts. Team SKU in effect. All right, Tia, wrap us up. Any last words?
This is a great conversation, guys.
Right.
So much insight, Our special guest was great. Thank you, Alan.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure. I'm a little older, so if I call you guys young, don't take it as a negative.
Man, I'm 45, man. You ain't old. What you talking about?
I'm mature.
All right, there you go.
I'm mature.
I'm mature. I'm as they say in church, I'm a seasoned saint. I'm 58. I'll be 58.
Age like fine wine.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
But hey, still got all my hair. I got to go to the barbershop tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's been a pleasure. I appreciate you, T and guests, for allowing me just to be able to sit on your platform and hear what the next upcoming legacy brings. And you guys,
we got some things to work out, but we getting there.
Yeah, but that's gonna be when you dead and gone. This stuff still gonna be working out, T. So while you're here, you working it out. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna be finished.
That's a fact.
But it can be complete.
That's a fact. All right. I do want to say before we go to Pushing P real quick. Last week, y'all was scared of my Queen of the Trains topic. And the actual topic is not about sex. It's more like about lifestyle, but we'll get into it another time.
Okay.
But I just want
we gotta have disclaimers when you tell
it's not what y'all think it is what I'm saying. All right, let's go to Pusha P, and then y'all can show Alan how it's done, man. Who want to go first?
I'll go.
Okay, Cece.
Hey y'all, it's CC, better known as C No Stress, because we don't see none, period. Okay. I'm pushing positivity. So you all can follow me on Instagram at CNOSTRESS. And you can follow me on TikTok. I do reviews and things like that too. So yeah. Oh, and my last words is, please, can we try to have healthier co-parenting situations, because the babies that are coming up, they don't need to have all the drama and all the, riffraff. Like, let's help them be at peace in this life. That's all. Thanks.
Okay. I would still say don't trust these niggas. Who wanna go next?
Part two,
I go.
All right, go ahead.
Thanks everybody for coming. We shall see you and the next time you arrive. I had a wonderful time today. I'd like to thank everybody who was involved with the podcast today. And I just wanted to let you know I had a great time. And my Instagram is PVM Skinny. That's PVM Skinny. Thank you.
All right, I'm mad that he did the extra voice for y'all, but
Yes.
Nina, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. Hey guys, it's me, Nina Please. Known as Nina Please on all social platforms, Instagram and TikTok especially. Pushing healthy mindsets. I'm your favorite spiritual advisor and relationship life coach. If you need to book any consultations or coaching sessions, make sure you visit my website at expressspiritually.com. I'm looking forward to meeting you guys personally, so don't delay. Book today.
okay. Tia, you up?
Oh, sorry. Hey,
Oh,
y'all.
thank
So, I know. He's sick, y'all. All right. So I'm T. Michelle. I own T. Michelle Supply, which is a mobile beauty supply store. So I'm pushing all the hair products and accessories that y'all need. Y'all can find me on Instagram. And I do have a website, www.tiasupply.com. Instagram page, Tia M Supply and _ Tia Michelle. So anytime y'all need products, hit me up.
Okay. All right, Alan, you up? You there? You there, Alan?
Yes. It's been a blessed and great session. I'm very appreciative of being part of this session. It was a great opportunity to just elaborate with the next generation of youngsters. I'm grateful and honored. I'm just Alan.
Yeah, Alan.
That's a dope sign off.
Facts. As always, thanks everybody for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, like and share the video. The prophecies means without vision, there is no understanding. Without understanding, there is no vision. My camera's freezing up on me right now, but we'll get it together. I guess that's it, people.
Bye, y'all. See y'all next week.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right, people, have a good
and
one.
gals.